You know, when most people talk about music, you normally run into this kind of conversation. Bon Scott.
Brian Johnson.
Man, Brian Johnson sucks. Bon Scott.
Dave Evans sucks. Brian Johnson's cool.
Who the fuck is Dave Evans?
Roger Waters.
No, David Gilmour.
Roger Waters.
David Gilmour.
Roger Waters.
Gilmour!
Waters.
Gilmour!
Waters.
Gilmour!
Waters!
Oi!
Sid Barrett.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Dude, all I'm trying to say is that Jefferson Starship's 70s albums are pretty cool.
Oh. Why the fuck do I even work with you?
It's hard when a group loses one of its core members, especially if that member had a prominent role in the writing process. There would no doubt be a tremendous difference in their sound. When this happens, most bands would either replace the member, break up, or come back years later with such tragedies like Rockstar INXS or Queen with Paul Rodgers. So when Roger left Pink Floyd in '85, many people believed that the band was over. Despite much effort on Roger's part to keep them from using the Pink Floyd name, David Gilmour would go on to keep the band alive, leaving many fans with one question. Could Gilmour really do it on his own? I mean, we all know what happened to Genesis when Peter Gabriel left. David Gilmour jumped in the studio with intentions of recording a new solo record, though after months of writing he decided to call it a new Pink Floyd album. So if the final cut is a Pink Floyd album that sounds like a Roger Waters solo album, A Momentary Lapse of Reason is a Pink Floyd album that is a David Gilmour solo album. Though with David Gilmour already working with many other musicians and most of the music being recorded, he did bring Nick Mason and Richard Wright back to make it feel more official, even though they could barely play their instruments. Most of Mason's drum parts were replaced by other drummers, and Wright only provided background organs because the keyboards were already finished. So what was the point? But they did bring back Storm Thorgerson to provide the kind of album cover that stoners and Pink Floyd fans alike will love for the ages. What does it mean? There's hundreds of beds and a lonely man sitting. What does it mean? What does it mean? Dude, interpret this.
Interpret this.
A Momentary Lapse of Reason was released in '87, going straight to number 3. So could Gilmour hold Pink Floyd on his own, or should it be that the final cut should have been the final cut? Signs of Life is pretty good. It's about what you'd expect from David Gilmour. Lonely guitar licks, spacey atmosphere, and it really sounds like Pink Floyd. The album's starting off great. This song sucks. He wrote it after he got his pilot's license. The message is so basic. Try something new. Evolve. This song's much deeper than you know. Shut up, Emo Jones. You don't know anything.
Get down! It's the dogs of war!
Dogs of War is a pretty heavy song that builds into this bluesy jam. It's got some great moments, but it gets a little boring. One Slip shows us Pink Floyd with some new wave flair, and Jesus does it not fit. Pink Floyd doesn't translate well into the 80s. And God, I hate to do this to Pink Floyd, but doesn't this sound like something off of Invisible Touch? It's not identical, but what the fuck?
Track 5 on the turning away. No more turning away.
I like this song okay. It's got a lot of heart, and it kinda captures what made their earlier ballads so good as well. It starts off initially chilled out and slow, but then it grows into a heavier, louder song as it progresses.
Track 6, yet another movie, slashed round and around.
The first half of this song is slow and boring, but it does kick into gear about 4 minutes in. It's got a lot of great spacey moments, and it's got a lot of great atmosphere, but then it starts to sound like elevator music. This is the album you've been waiting for. The most anticipated new album by Pink Floyd. Rolling Stone calls it a masterpiece. Truly the best Pink Floyd album ever. BMJ Magazine says a cerebral look into the lives of machinery. Hip Magetta says, sweet. Pink Floyd's elevator sounds. A New Machine is a small track that serves as an intro to the next. I really like the distorted vocals he's got going on here. It's really out there, man.
Track 8, Terminal Frost.
Terminal Frost is my favorite song on the album, mostly because it's instrumental. Just a chilled out track that lets the music guide your imagination. And I imagine this song being great in commercials like this.
Herpes isn't going to slow me down. Herpes is a hell of a game, but I intend to win.
Valcomex works for me.
Ask your doctor about Valcomex.
The sequel's never as good.
Track 10, Sorrow.
We end this album with Sorrow, a song that's just okay. It's not much different than the other ones on here, and that's pretty much this whole album. It's just okay. This album has a lot of great music, but nothing on here really stands out. Gilmour did want to make a good Pink Floyd album, claiming this to be a return to their roots of music before lyrics. And that is definitely true. It has moments that remind you of the old days, but at the same time clashes with the new wave and 80s drum machines. Gilmour released one more Pink Floyd album, The Division Bell, in '94. And to me, that's a much better Gilmour-led album than this. Pink Floyd's entire discography is like a 30-year acid binge. You start off and it's all new, exciting, and fun. Then you're doing it for many years and you just try to expand on these new ideas. Then you find yourself an old man, doing it again, looking back and thinking to yourself, damn, we had some good times. that Grand River. I see him shining in the moon. I see him walking there, flapping his clothes around me. I see them shining when you're looking down. I see them shining when you're looking down.
For Tennessee, Cowboys and Indians.
I see them walking
like Barbara Red,
he's flying.
yeah, like skin dipping in the river all the time.